na afei wa wo 92.9 so no on sa betumi akan wo ho no obi bia kwa ba bedin de omanson Kojo Preko Dankwah maintenance from now to 9:40 there me ne wa na ba bedi sa dwumadi ewe mame kwa homa no so na afei membra back me ne owura Ben Insia oye executive director I'm a Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy me no ending komo na yenhwe de eko Minimisa wate say ye can say tariffs ye say ye de 2.45 ibi ba beto ba kubi so ama sisia no akwa bibie wo hono ma che say yamafo edi hu nkomo yie pa ye say nkania no be kosro na eno ho enkomo ene ba bedi esane say 1st of July na sa increment ba so ebeba so anase mba so consequences no ene dien pose ye de increment no eba na eno nti ye ne owura beninsia endi nkomo na fe yenhwe de eko owura beninsia maachi bibia boko de
ya mini akojo bibia boko bajo na onso
erade adom kakrakra yeguso amen ye ni nkomo and even Friday no kra na me say a hyase efi parliament the issue of majority leader edin sembi tutu dwa parliament asking say eba ne say yentumi entua say sika yi a ebema ECG eka no adoso yie pa ama enema entumi enko yie. Indeed, is it justifiable the 2.45% increment here PURC for edeba no justifiable ana?
But that's many based on justification here a big nema be discussed but from census perspective there's no justification because the whole process lacks transparency and also lacks accountability because of these support to say and I say support to say between 2.45% and also the time the buy in a crown is too short for households and as their fee firms planning because mostly no show more historical release of some of these tariff decisions that normally it may be 3 weeks to time or maybe 1 month to time and that is done to prepare the minds of end users and as households and firms to prepare and then adjust their expenditure budgets so that Beboa Amotumi Etia Sabri. But we the minimum PRC on Thursday, Friday, Tuesday, Diska, and per law no crano before Kaubit Discan was all gazette tariff decision paper and lay Monday. I don't think that we'll be able to gazette it today. There's one gazette in Swan, Kachana Kweni Kwansom but based on or more recent tariff adjustment, they are likely going to collect because we'll be on for Monko quarter. We had the previous tariff adjustment of first and second quarter. And also no or more my emojis kind of first May, but Gazette course 18th May will be on for Monko quarter. And I think that is why this time so Omodiba Thursday, today is Monday, they are likely not going to Gazette because that's only general who Gazette it. And it's on budget and also almost an FOMRA. Lack of transparency, lack of accountability, and the whole calculation of Krano is flawed. And that is why we don't support this 2.45%. Now, reasons in here. In terms of transparency, we share more calculation now. We dream we send your arrival at 2.45% because they are major determinants of end user tariffs. Mm-hmm. And these major determinants are market-driven indicators and macroeconomic indicators. Mostly macroeconomic indicators in tariff structure, inflation, and exchange rate. And market-driven indicators, the energy mix, as well as the price of natural gas, and as the different weighted average cost of natural gas. Now, macroeconomic indicators now, CD are appreciated by 30% compared to the last time share ball. And the last time I shared one on CD 15 Ghana cedis, 69 pesos. That is about 15 Ghana cedis, 70 pesos to the dollar. And the share board, that's the first quarter and second quarter of 2025. But now I say the CD appreciated to 10 Ghana cedis, 30 pesos over 30% appreciation. And he said, see, appreciated by 30%. Nka computation mono obi oyiso nyinam kania ha no one yante so okra no any 10%. Nti your projection any cut international same any cut international early this in the third quarter they expect to say nyinam kania no esobeti because see the non appreciated by 30% and PRC confirms it because or more announcement on the buy now almost see do not appreciate more than 30%. Now, the second macroeconomic indicator is inflation, because inflation, general increase, and as expected, general increase of prices. Because of cost of operations, they may need certain inputs and as a certain goods to be on the and normally you factor that inflation in the pricing of electricity. But you perceive how will inflation be? Because the inflation the cost of here. Also factor that so that among cotton moka the inflation so better also factor that so that among this can be also. Unfortunately for the consumer, inflation the last time a year just in here I think 22.49. They are telling us that around 20.67 or so. The inflation also, which is a moving inflation, moving average. No climate change in future inflation also better. This inflation so there it means that kai was uncommon previously no or more saka say but say nearby bit too more and to musendi anke to musa abrenunji e kabia meda onti macroeconomic indicator and also a benefit to the consumer. And there's even projections say this last month inflation and after last month inflation, the May inflation was 18%. And this June, their projections are between 16%. So even the moving average, 20 no you see was on the higher side. But let's agree so we see 20. 20 is still lower compared to what they used in the first and then second quarter. So the two macroeconomic indicators were favoring the end user, and I say Obi you say in Amkania Ukrumwa. Now you have market-driven indicators. Market-driven indicators, the energy mix. Who compare this current energy mix to last energy mix are constant because 29 for hydro and then 71 for thermal. The answer is constant. Now the second market-driven indicator is the WACO, weighted average cost of natural gas. Ehona ipeja mukakra. Nti eno the last time no share bono is around $7.68 or so, I think 69 cents per British thermal unit. And then echo $7.713 per British thermal unit. 2 year or hanchichimwa etumu only 1%. The market driven indicators the weighted average cost of gas increased by only 1%, even less than 1% when you do the analysis well, or they run it up to 1%. And it is a macroeconomic indicator, which is a major indicator, because the utilities are telling us that we are not paying reflective tariff because of the exchange rate factor. And periodically, previously, exchange rate, Abribiano was on the lower side. It has been depreciating. The depreciation, Ghanaians are not paying cost reflective. Fortunately for the Ghanaian, the exchange rate at the city has appreciated by 30%. Inflation has declined by 2%. That is the moving average. Now, because of the weighted average cost of gas, I increased by 1%. Who's had be 2.45%? On the normal sense, then I was so by 10%, but almost 2.45 neighboring. At least 10% cry at least too, because the strength of the city because there might be 50%. Now the NTR almost 2.45% in buying. I make us say last accountability. Almost one a cabio. Kano a 488 million Ghana cedis, and a Kano a bought to her the third quarter of 2024 and also the fourth quarter of 2024. The TI can be in the first quarter of 2025. And second quarter, already can be to some ATI because the original increment in the first and second quarter is 6.2%, but because of that, can increase it 14.75%. This can be a but the bit of unaccountability may say because of the appreciation of the city, the discourse are making a windfall. The reason why we are saying they are making a windfall is that discos no omutia category A for no in dollars. Omuto fuel and I say natural gas in dollars. And because of some motor natural gas in dollars, they pay at spot, even though that's near historical. But in the who could you be dollars? Oko bank no akosa no akotia dollars. And now dollar no are depreciating into no. Ubi here see the kumabi no the akotia dollar also utian historically. For example, Sevilla who used to 15 Ghana cedis, 70 pesos, and the $2 be, and I say, oh, this is share will be. Near city no quote 10 cities, and say, $1 dollar none a bit your mint your city, which means me how gain and you lose. So the ECGs and the netcos and other utilities no are making a lot of windfall because their money is constant in dollar. And anytime the city appreciates, no over here see the kumabi no the akotia dollar ka. So that went for the consumer appear since May. Companies no anya. Inti pure as you person this katoso no kwan. Maye who went for no anasem faswa. Companies nanya as a result of the appreciation of the currency. Inti appreciating omunya faswa saying. Because the entire year kain is because of the depreciation of the currency. What's the currency depreciation and my entire cost reflective tariff? Fortunate for us, the city has appreciated. Na city na appreciating ama companies ni making faso. Maye who faso manya. Let us know the gains or the windfalls they've made. Umaye who faso manya na se ekase ye di bibeka ho a yetua. Se eni kwan se di bika ho no mokra na wo so omoso yase a omoso yase. Bepemne pure as a utility has not been able to tell us the windfalls these companies have made from May among kind and train. And these windfalls are reflective of the January, February, March, April, May, June.
Okay.
Selections, no.
Okay.
Because the quarter tariff no was for first and second quarter adjustment. It is the lower boundary for the first one, 1 billion Ghana cedis. The higher boundary for the first one, more than 3 billion Ghana cedis. Now, what in first one 3 billion Ghana cedis? One team first and first one, we are 488 million Kano. We say no. I was a consumer time between 488 million.
Yeah, because because Anna Ura Ayariga Eka or say ECG is accumulating huge debts. Sebi, why they could say I'm careful. The consequences of not paying the tariffs, will be huge, and then we might see the collapse of ECG and all that. So those are the appeals a day maying a year. So that we can then understand the fact that 2.45, and who he says it here.
You see, that is another problem. Sometimes if ministers or if parliamentarians don't understand the issues in the energy sector, they don't have to make comments on it. They say minority crowd was dragging the PRC to come to parliament to respond to how they came by this 2.5%. It almost say, or any PRC banner, it was the Ministry of Energy. But no, the PRC per its establishment 538 doesn't fall under the Ministry of Energy. It falls directly under the presidency.
Oh, okay.
Ministry of Energy, any to me be our muscle.
Okay.
It is a parliamentary dragon is on be responde and as a PRC in be responder. They ought to come because Ministry of Energy any to me will PRC.
I see.
Right, but he didn't understand and said, "Oh, Ministry of Energy. Ministry of Energy did not increase our tariff. It's the PRC that increased the tariff, and the PRC falls directly under the executive arm of government or the presidency of government. But he failed there. Now, two, if he talks of debt, who caused the debt? And that is the problem of Ye Krumha. Politicians will cause data. And so when they cause this debt, they benefit from this debt. When they cause and benefit from this debt, no one can say, "Minu be chiazakano." Ye ne koso kano. And ye minu ne koso kano. So for Ayaga, I think we don't have to listen to him or respond to him because he doesn't even understand the whole energy sector issues. Maybe he's a politician and just want to talk, and he's talking anyway. In Jamaica, 488 million. No, it was the windfalls that the distributors or the utilities in the sector have made could have been used to defray this 488 million.
Okay.
The PUHC has not made mention of the windfall, but it has made mention of arrears. They will say, why do we pay arrears when they are making gains from us as a result of the appreciation of the currency. The one it lacks accountability.
Okay.
Now the second part is that with respect to the NT almost 2.45 by say almost will be the reserve capacity. We had tariff announcement now. They could not tell us the reserve capacity, the percentage of the reserve capacity, and the cost of that reserve capacity.
Okay.
Because what the reserve capacity in normal practice, historical practice, so the reserve capacity a new thing, a new tariff structure and so. It is a new tariff structure and it was a call for papers. We stakeholder engagement. It shares amount for say. You per se the reserve capacity upon tariff structure and so. My position is saying, yeah, they can't cross any because politician bit mark or sign contract. Or sign contract now, not reserve capacity no. I could bro 22%. Say 22%, that reserve capacity a cap. Because idle plans are paid for in Ghana based on the contract they any of my sign. And this is Obi sign contract not reserve capacity 22%. Was sign bro, so now me they will say between the PRC did not engage anybody and did not even state the cost of the reserve capacity, the percentage of the reserve capacity, and why we are paying for that reserve capacity. Oman Chirumu in the tariff announcement. It lacks transparency. It's very opaque. Oman Mayan who the NTR, it will see TR reserve capacity and Sika ETR for that reserve capacity. Now the third part, almost I did 2.5%, 4.5%, a buy and he said, almost say fuel cost. The fuel cost, ETR 27%. We share tariff structure and so on. Your weighted average cost of gas is factored in our tariff decision paper. We know the price of the weighted average cost of gas. Mabo omwakra matro say $7.71. Or the main run is $7.74. So run up. Now omuntre the cost of other fuels, the emergency fuels, oman tranche ho. The entire year 27%, oman tranche ho because there must be an explanation. I didn't know any 2% of fuel cost. I didn't know any 3% of fuel cost. Name 27% of fuel cost. And also Oman tranche. So I think that the entire PRC did 2.45% if I say Madikanka said per its establishment it falls under the presidency. The presidency knows that there is a goodwill for them. As a Ghana for air council and perform be a air support to a bino. The Ghana for counts and fanfire hodia. Yen for the goodwill that a bino and yano. Because of that weak goodwill, and they introduce 2.45%. Obiankasa. And yes, you could see that when this 2.45% came, it should have been a topical issue in the media. But the media concentrated on MPP politics and concentrated on Supreme Court justice. Issues or more yet. The media lost sight of it, rather concentrated on judiciary and MPP politics. But MPP politics doesn't have any impact currently, or will not have any impact currently, on the end user of electricity. And that is why the government has introduced it. There's no basis, there's no justification for any introduction of 2.45%. The anke was almost and it's almost 10%. Emma, because ona wasete o standard, ona wasete o benchmark. Say ube review tariffs quarterly, and the tariff revision is based on macroeconomic indicators and market-driven indicators. If they are becoming favorable to the end user, tisona ye hontoye any kind of sign this account.
Enti o share ni mu say 1st of July, which is going to be tomorrow, right? Ebebaso and Asembaso.
Oh, per history ebebaso because the Jamaica and there was a baso plan, was some gazette and son of Abaso, and that is why when Aka was there, Ishmael Aka, for example, Dr. Aka was there. Aka released tariff increment and a tariff reduction or releasing a bear 1 month to actual starting date and as a date and so because or per se by that time na Attorney General a gazette because manager say one gazette won't mean
okay.
But we know minimum Attorney General won't mean gazette. But because in the May announcement, April 11, ENA announced tariff adjustment they started 1st May. But even that one, the Gazette no started 13th, or more than 13th May, which is even against law. It is a who announced tariff adjustment 11th. Now, what me Gazette May 13th. Then it says one announced tariff on the 26th. Ubetima Gazette no 30th. Now what in China? It is going to go against the law, but they will still collect it anyway because of the good way they are getting from Ghanaians.
All right, Ben, you better say only Eddie Nkomo. All right. All right, Ben Insia, Executive Director, Emma Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy, and I know Eddie and Common FA, the 2.45% are PRC at about 2 a year in Kenya and so on. On the 1st of July, which is tomorrow, and increment about. So what it means is that in Kenya no ya tutum whichever way it is no ebe kostro na ye tia but ono full set and can say ye tum rather no and can say ye tiso sin ebe ya Ghana for na so memu timu for so be hu be hin ha omo na ya hwe sin na ma AC airco 7:59 is the time where ye Kessben 92.9 Kessben TV and after wo ye Facebook no ye Kessben TV and after Kessben 92.9 WhatsApp messages in na me train metima kenkan ne nyina amao teacher Kojo Tepa de ne die aba Robi de ne die aba mekenkan mu de nyina OPK Patriotic Voices ono so de ne die aba rekwaku bodi mu de ne nyina mekenkan amamo oyibu boaten mekenkan ne nyina amamo but yenkwa ana yenkodi nkomo ne yenhwe de happen we neighboring country meka Togo. Now what you me gidi say what it say youth no sorry sorry wakwapa says see ade de ekone de enya de omepene ama for nyasingbe yadima etimi atena so almost about how many years there's almost 20 years and beyond they feel say it is long overdue and yama answer that enkoyi youth no start dede bebre wo honom sisanso no so de yin na enim say Basso Sadia, Ghana, Togo, no, border no, and when I said the cross our quarter committee 3, now back committee 6, no, sa ena ete, and untino, and Susan Sono ete saying, Yane a year Yenia Bema, former MP for a year Kumbugu, Ura, a year Ras Caleb, Ras Mubarak. Ending Komo, Honorable Ras Mubarak, ending Komo. Now, yen share disturbances, you know. I saw an article I watched and then the questioning that he is questioning the African leadership and all that. And who's so ni na no yen hon Komo yen share the echo. Ora Ras, good morning.
Good morning.
Bibi aboko there.
Yami adom ya hoya, mi jidi se musumo hoya.
Ya hoya pa, me ton kanche.
It's been quite a while.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. But how is life treating you after leaving Parliament?
Well, we're very good. We've got a few pardon me. We've got a few businesses out there. I'm sure you might have heard of the Okada Moto mobile app, which is a ride-hailing mobile app. My name, my partners, and a SETI app. You know, the Okada Moto app. Yeah. The long-term goal for that is to do Okada car. Because you won't say all the ride-hailing apps in Ghana, no, they are foreign companies. It's your mobile and MyMo, they make the money and they repatriate the profits. So it's about time I also Ghana would get involved in spaces like that. So we've got a few things going, and I've been doing a lot of traveling, you know, until so far so good.
Okay, yeah, the radiation. Maybe sir, the issue of Togo and what is really happening. The youth. I've said more Edia Basis here and the things that are really happening there. Obi ne papa ababedi 38 years. Son has been on since 2005. The legacy still rules. Now youth, you know, is up and armed. Say and yema and shada and koye. My monitor with Facebook page and yema okay can even comparing Ura for Nyasingbe with another president of the same African continent. Ofo says you're careful and yema be caught to mean so. What is happening in Togo? What is your take actually on that?
Okay. So the Ecoso Togo ne say Papa bi ana ye friend Nyasingbe Nyadema obedi or minus 38 years.
Yeah.
Na ote akonya no so no wuye. Owuye no ne ba for Nyasingbe abetena so 20 years ni. Now, and I'm saying on per se, obeko, because they've changed the constitution last year. Constitutional changes turned Togo into a parliamentary democracy, which means in Togo now they only elect the MPs, and Parliament elects the president and the president of the Council of Ministers. Said no Britain no. Now, we had this current arrangement. Once a 4 years ago, I this 20 years.
Yeah.
Or more current arrangements are we last year. The amendment was done last year, and on the 3rd of May this year, it came into effect. And they said Togo, our new president. Yes, swear no on the 3rd of May. But they also have what they call the president of the Council of Ministers. A president of the Council of Ministers, no media. Or no the powers cry essing Obia or president. The president of the Council of Ministers is the one in charge of policy. The president there, or mine is a ceremonial president. So a president of the Council of Ministers, episode man baby, no I want to take. So my penny be free, baby. Krobi so ebesra omona. The president is a foreign base border. No, I want it to go. Into the person who wields the real powers in Togo is still foreign Yasengbe because of the position of president of Council of Ministers. But there's also an interesting thing about it. Because Omayan in such a way that the president of the Council of Ministers, no, yentuna dear so.
Yentuna dear so. Hello? Hello?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. So the point I was making is that president of the Council of Ministers,
okay,
he has an indefinite term limit. Unlike the president of Togo has 4 years, but the president of the Council of Ministers has an indefinite term. And don't forget also, say, the friends say Togo or more parliament and now or more national assembly no for Nyasengbe party for and a majority. And they would continue to endorse him as the president of the Council of Ministers, which has more powers than even the sitting president of the Republic of Togo. And intina emebuno no abodompem and intina omotis etiesi krum and intina omusu se omompene and the rest, because I mean it's been 58 years older than Enfia ne papa edi any onoankasa edi ne eboma 58 years of one family ruling the Republic of Togo, and the people feel say they have had enough. And the interesting thing is that I mean this is not the only African country that this is happening. Over Uganda. In Uganda, Yoweri Museveni has been in power since 1986. This is 39 years. Okay? Yoweri Museveni is currently 80 years. 80 years. Now, next year, he will be 81. Next year, also no Mosa Koye elections. Next year, also no Ose Onozo Osa de Noho Esiho to be elected as president of Uganda. Enti na ohe nyoma ya ekoya. I mean, African Union, communities like ECOWAS should be able to talk to their colleagues. Say, they are more emfa asumdwe emma, because for us in Ghana, and why we should be worried, and they said, God forbid, if the situation in Togo spiral out of control, there will be refugee influx in our country. And if there are refugee influx in our country, ebema resources kakra ye manage after na spend resources not to host refugees in our own country. You remember your friends in Kaswa?
Exactly.
The way we hosted Liberians in Kaswa, and the way the place has literally turned into a den of criminals. You see a lot of criminal activity. And it cost every nation so much to host refugees, and that is why you feel say ECOWAS leaders would be up and doing, and they'll be able to talk to their colleagues and Minia, you are one of us, but the way I will run a country,
Yeah.
we are worried because you say Obi Abodri Shiana wasn't you.
Exactly.
For us in Ghana, our resources are constrained. As you know, we have economic challenges. Things are difficult. Yangasa school, Yesuku Kwalakra, Uko Ghana, Nkurase, mbɔfra bi wɔ hɔ a ɔmo nya nkonya koraa ntena so there are no textbooks etc. Enti yɛmpɛ sɛ resources kakra ɛwɔ hɔ no would spend that resource to build structures for people who may be running from a conflict ɛnyɛ ɔmo na ɔmo pɛ ɛna saa conflict no baeɛ but because they have a president who is so power drunk. I mean 58 years in power, one family. As a matter of fact ne papa bɛtena adeɛ so na ɔyɛ abɔfra. He was about 1 or 2 years old.
Yeah.
Enti sɛ wayɛ dada bi saa wo papa atena so 38 years so abɛtena so 20 years 20 years what's the constitution to make yourself president of the council of ministers so that you even have more powers than the president. I mean this is clearly undemocratic.
It's quite unfortunate the African continent we continue to live in that space. Ras ɛdeɛ paa na ebetumi ahyɛ onipa sɛ mabedi adeɛ ɛsɛ sɛ metwe me ho afei deɛ menkɔ mɛtena so ɛnyɛ sika na ɛdeɛ what kind of power do we want to wield at all at the expense of the ordinary person sebi wo so wudi ne so no. Look at what is happening in Togo. Economic issue is a problem. Youth unemployment is a problem. Social issues is a canker. Citizens are really struggling. And yet, who solution here, but we want to wield power.
Well, Togo, and I visit Togo frequently. Togo, there's a lot of unemployment. Togo is underdeveloped. We had the levels of poverty. And to think that one particular person has done us for all these years and still nothing has happened. Yet, say, young people from more Africa do not are very greedy. Person kuminya, no kwa say ononkwa yasa nyansa woni tirim enti ebedu say ne time be so obekọ no wo say waye wagadre na ya change constitution amano. That is what's happened in a lot of the African countries. Oh, hey, Uganda, they say, yeah. It got to a point where our president, ST, the age for the presidency. Answer now, basically, contested to be president of Uganda at one point. This is only 75 years. Can you imagine? And that law was just changed. So it was done to cut out all the youth who were interested in running, young people, energetic people, creative people who were interested in running for the presidency of Uganda. So it's selflessness, selfishness. And a Bonnie and Sebi Omodi as president. Almost no accountability. Because when he said, we're free to actually, we're free to people would ask him to account for his stewardship. And many people don't have what it takes, to stand up and defend the decisions and the killing and the stealing of public resources that they have done. I mean, for somebody who's been president in Togo for 20 years, you can imagine, Kataso Proya, Akoso, or Kataso. So that is the reality. But I feel, the regional bodies, the African Union as a parent body would have to be strong because instability anywhere affects ordinary people.
Yeah.
It takes the country backward, and it affects other countries as well.
Yeah.
Imagine say there will be so much influx of Togolese in our country.
Yeah.
If we're not careful, we'll end up spending millions and millions of our own resources trying to host them.
Okay. All right. I saw Beko Krano, quick one. Maybe so. I saw your letter to the Minister of Transport regards to accidents that are happening and all that. In brief, Nadia Napesa will catch a Minister for Transport.
Miria, my Ghana, I say you're taking your seriously. na nneɛma a ɛho hia no ɛsɛ ɛtu ho anamɔ hwɛ ɔman a ɛte sɛ Ghana na nipa 2,000 ɛnyɛ 100 ɛnyɛ 10 ɛnyɛ 20 nipa baako 2,000. I mean, imagine assembling 2,000 people. Enye nipa ketewa, edom ketewa. That's the nipa omewu last year in 2024. There be serious accidents. Accra Kumase, Accra Takrade, Kumase, Techiman, etc. And so anamo aye to know yen too yen serious about it. I'm sure you remember COVID-19.
Yes.
COVID by between the year 2020 and the year 2022. Unim nipa COVID ekunye. And I'm not downplaying the death, COVID related death. COVID could nipa less than 1,500. Less than 1,500. But your friend is saying, and the more look at the resources we pumped into solving COVID-19. Look at I mean, I sorry them now I sorry them without wearing a nose mask.
Yeah.
Now ultimately Emma studio without wearing a nose mask.
Sure.
Or my penyan kasakrano or shed nose mask. Parliament. I was the first to wear nose masks into Parliament. A bedroom maybe own nose masks are you can't enter the precincts of Parliament. That is how seriously we took COVID. Meanwhile, in 2 years, it killed less than 1,500 people.
Yeah.
Now, in 1 year, mind for 2,000 in road accidents, and we are not seeing the levels of seriousness with which we need to attach to combating this crisis. It's a national crisis, and I sincerely believe, sir, you bet my okay. I mean, the police would have to be serious. Again, district assemblies. Over here, no, district muhono. Your friends say, sorry posters, our posters, yeah, they are tari road signage, political parties for more posters, yeah, they are tari blocking signposts. I've also erected structures to block the road, and then also potholes on our roads. I mean, these are things that wouldn't take 6 months to be able to fix.
Okay.
And I would encourage MMDCs, to begin the work of getting things done. And also, DVLA, they should begin to introduce a point-based system, so that if you violate traffic, they deduct points. Everybody with a license or 100 points.
Yes.
All violated traffic, near deducting. Uber do 49 points near your license. It means you can't drive.
Sure.
You can't use any vehicle.
Sure.
Because if you're not serious in this country, we would continue recording cases like this. And and then we also have to encourage training of drivers.
Yeah.
When was the last time OT said STC driver at the car It's because STC drivers are trained. I didn't think that DVLA, any Ministry of Transport, anything for policy said, your friend is saying, if what you call it, VIP,
VIP, troubles,
Southford, why more taxi drivers and the rest are more driving recklessly. They should undertake training. Okay. And you do this periodically.
Okay.
Because clearly, mate in Ibia who can move he gets a license to drive, and they are killing citizens. They are killing young people, they are killing students. Among for Kununum, among for Yirinum, among for Ma. Is this the kind of country we want to build? Where we don't take the death of our citizens seriously?
Well, let me be sure say Minister for Transport assume, and it's good. Again, you are even entering into the transport system with your Okada and all that. Yeah, that's it.
Exactly, and I'm hoping say the minister for transport would be open, because now on far. Some of us we don't need anything. I hope say he will be open, because now on the phones for 2 months I've been trying to reach him, to discuss some issues on Wankasa Naswe Ebebuano. Now on fire, you text him, he doesn't respond. I mean, we expect public officers, to be open to members of the public.
Okay.
We're not coming to you for, any other thing than to help you execute your mandate. And if members of the public are trying to reach you, at least, who message, even finance ministers and chiefs of staffs are returning calls and messages. How much more a minister of transport?
Okay.
So he's got to get a bit serious and and have an open door policy to members of the public.
All right. Ras, yada say Zika so chill.
Also, mention so I know what to say.
I know he is here when you ska. Into no see there no here.
Signing on fee no one mami binti. Eja mi ami ni akuma no bo ano kakra. You know, you're signing on. I expect my share of the signing on fee. Thank you very much.
Yada super Ras Mubarak and no 18 common former MP Emma Kumbunku and no 18 common didn't come share the issues that has to do with Togo and I face so issues that has to do with the accident ACC Chrome Hanum anointing pa. And I think it is really not going well. I know who come on any idea. No mama share even more quick one. I Togo the AC wa hono I soja for no and police for any youth no pa was streets no so easy. Omo ejero so pa e wo hono and the way an MSC kono ebe hadwini ye pa. I mean look share youth ba kwa ya che no ba ku ya me share bro pa belt aye de bo esa youth ni ye form just say we collapse you, but soldier for the police for no said that omo ntwe ma no omo de belt pan ni omo keni bo branty pa o form ho no because oko road so anasa wako say bio the econ and send fatanti no ono so who protest and this is what is happening where Togo and who susan so no who come on because omo de end say di kan as we street team committee 3 na committee 6 wako another community ankasa enu ntino say kon say dia susan so be bre Ghana man no de hwe street ni so I mean hwe tear gas hwe street ni so yie hwe mo hwe Kessben TV no omo hwe ties omo block kwan no I mean it's serious. I mean Beshe senior niema esi koso where Togo. I mean it's not exciting. Effect na baba Ghana so no ano odin pa se anya careful na sade we ntumi anhwe ama niema ntumi anko yi a ebe ha dwen yi pa. I mean look at it. Look. Wow. Ano odin. And I think that they say ECOWAS any mama Kenya no mo share water ye pumps tank ye boost you go so on the street in so share pa and ye shegu ni paso wa share street in so because you protested and this thing is serious. I mean enya dia me sure say to be trust is here hwe mrante ni dwane omudwane ni moto hwe sini eko ow I'm sure say baby hwe omu chesi omu se de ye chesi sebin emo ano nkokọ no sa na akwakọ yesisi a ye somo sa. I mean it's really bad. Really bad. 20 minutes past the hour of 8. You have been komo me ne chocho eba bedi komo na ya hwe de ekoso ewo omo asio ye baransa na no teacher Kojo Tepa or say the intimidation and political opponents are clear indications of the NDC government's incompetence and lack of strategic planning in tackling the country's economic problems. Ghanaians voted massively for a 24-hour economy, constant uninterrupted electricity supply, good health, affordable and improved education, and reduced food and utility prices. We will soon be judging your government using these criteria, not by how many political opponents you have arrested. We also greetings from Odeno Hokweku Apia Koka, JFK and Afeso Mr. Usu Bempa, the Inshayeso constituency chairman hopeful. We if he teacher Kojo Honom. I'll read the others as and when a Bebeman Afeso more Facebook and so making Kamudie Nina Amamu. Chocho Bibia Bokodie. No Pemanum Chuchu, Intina Hundi. One Madiano. Anopanme Banyana num wakam, some Yana Humachino. In a dear, me the two. Near 2 years. I had the boom
vitality in Kwan for the day.
Now, so me aroma no emi hwam nti no me bie flax ne so na me de family na me say yeah ma no mo jojo dem no mfa me no brutal bo bia ho ye nice say for ti boy nkomo de na eko jojo
ye de nchia kese ne free jojo aso ye e de bre oni wati efu nyina na adwuma pa mo de som Ghana for eye omam Ghana ha ye ka jojo a obi nim chocho akwala kra ya wo ne nim chocho eye adwumaku eba oman mu be ye mfie 30 years mfie aduasa ne ye kire ne ye papa ewura mu no ekofa enuaba ne hahama ye ya bibre mu enura eniema ewura ene ne hahama no keka bo mu no de maye chocho cream eni chocho soup ye friend pani di pani e free ho no chocho ya nya product bebre say ya breaking no ya grouping into 3 groups ye wo chocho natural skincare products eno ne de ye honam ani eniema ne sayare ena ye free ho ye wo chocho natural health and health and wellness products eno ne ye honam mu hunipaduane mu eno no nso sayare ene ye wo chocho natural hair products eno ne de ye utrinwi enti chocho fa nipaduane si ho no okwa ba bia o man ya bibremu enro ebetimi asa ne yare ye fast skincare product na eno na se no ye wo chocho soap eni chocho cream ye penny di penny no ye free ho ye wo chocho abs ye free ho ye wo chocho herbal fresh na chi ye wo chocho skin toner ye wo chocho hand and foot ye wo chocho shower gel sa product we eni ye group ni wo chocho skincare product na se ye free ho ani ye wo chocho natural healthcare product no eno no ye wo chocho tea chocho bpt chocho white tea eni ye wo chocho balm eno ne wo health and wellness na se ye free ho ani ye ko chocho natural hair product no ho ne ye wo chocho herbal shampoo ye wo chocho natural herbal conditioner ye wo chocho hair food pure natural hair food eni ye wo chocho hair baser eno na chire ne ye de ohoho kra ka chire kra betum aye friend chocho natural living in conditioner ye de abeka hair product ne ho na mi wo hair meyi emu kakra na ma chire mu aka ho asem medi kan wo chocho cream ni chocho soap na epani di penny no eno na di kan ba adwaman so ye chocho product ye de start ya hunamani yare ye pimples kakare ringworm hunamani yare biara udi chocho soap dware na wiwie na udi chocho cream no esra esane nyina na obi oho a odware kra ne ho keka no mwawa ne bacteria ne niema wo nsuo ni mu a affect no obi oho odware obeti ni ho saa yusu chocho soap ni nyina be ko wi afa chocho cream ne sra obi oho a school mu aye wei enkwala ne ko na omatimi akofa rashes enfifin saa ye won kan ha ni Ghana he ya bibremu nti o hyew ne hye pa enfifin saa obi hu ni obi skin na ye rechire yusu chocho soap wi afa chocho cream ne sra ni nyina be ko. Wow. Ye me eni ye mai wo sorry afa chocho cream edware fa chocho cream no esiesie wo ho wo di soap ni dware a wo di cream wo oba wo de be fa sabio unufu ase wo sere ntentem emema nso wo sere ntentem ne wo boxer mu ni ade ni nyina emma sent bia me half the whole day chocho cream eni chocho soap eno ho no mi wi a na makasa fa ye fa no chocho tea ni anopai wa o kase wanum bia ama wa hodin gidigidi na makasa fa chocho tea ho chocho tea ye nua bai na ye twitwa ayam de egu bag mu de afa abefo kwan so aye no tea bag additive bia nim chemical bia nim all the tools o hiemu na wono a ebam eno ye onom etese ye nananom dido na anom hyesi jaade maye no saa na chocho tea ne tie emema wa hoodin for the whole day esa yare yi huraye ne yare nkitinkiti ye hyehye oni paduani mu na wonhu ye no onum chocho sopa ebe na ne nyina fa odwonso mapi ema wa hoodin ankasa aye ne ho te se energy booster ana eye energy booster onum na no pa se bia wasori wo ye no fon mean like wonyare but you are not okay with yourself bomodin no achocho tea no the whole day we benya hoden agina wona so me wie no na makasa fa chocho skin toner
okay
chocho skin toner product aye de ba ye be tie amanfo abibrem ha problem ankrofo de ba yanim ese chocho mi honamo chocho mi honama ye sei ni ye da ye chocho skin toner de ba ye ye abibrem ha nuaba ne de ba ye se uyusu a empo empo kala na nyankopon de ma wo free e ba ye no e be restore ne kama wa hunamani aye den obi o wa dryness of skin bribia ne hunamani awo we use skin to na be moisturize your skin no obi o wa redness of skin and also use chocho skin to na be ya ne kama obi o wa pone ho eye ma ne ye meme wanya ne nsachi tuntum na ba hwe ni kotodwanim obi o wa oye colors be 3 use chocho skin to na ni nyina be kwama o skin na to so kama yes chocho skin chocho product wo suhu suhu ena ye company ni wo ukọ Ghana fanai bebia chocho wo bebia ukọ aflawo takwa ho ho drug link crowd ye de chocho bebo bebia market bia mu tamale bebia ubenya chocho na wo pay numbers na uba suhu a company number ni 0551815388 0551815388 me amiti he me distributor me won kran ha se wo hia bi o ba bi a frɛ me o frɛ me a me a me to ka me de chocho na brew me nso me number ni 0541212477 0541212477 na me de number ba ko ka ho ama ya tie phone meaning say ya tre yakwa ba mu a ba bia o be frɛ ye bia ye be brew chocho eno ye 050455535 050455535.
Okay. Yada say chocho mo amunim chocho no mate ho nka ene anopei eyade ekoyie pa me akasa mu menom pa eno anam di dware esan na maboba bebo pon no na chese magibi enti no mo amuhia chocho no pacho mate eye chocho de eko nyina 28 minutes past the hour of 8 meeting at the Ayomanson for Kojo Preko Dankwah. Now, I make a message when I feel Ziga. Ruby, fashion DHM so near Gilda Hotel, Kumasi, saying former Gihawk MD Maxwell Kofi Juma arrested by National Security. President John Dramani Mahama, if you arrested all Ghanaians, who will you come to rule? Regards to Chairman Coca, Francois, Shanti Regional Organizer, and also Ora Samuel Pine, or no a former KMA boss, or no so Nedia or the Ebaye and no. We efi eben kwabenya eben bibia boko the weekend in ko eben me sure say bibia aye fine. Or say the day of accountability is here. So I think elsewhile government officials need to cooperate for their own good. Period. Regards to Mr. Osaman of PSC Tema Shipyard and his deputy, Mr. Akwesi Mensah, or no so Nedia and Odebaye and no. OPK Patriotic Voices go also regards to Mr. Mankwa Ejare Isaac King coming MPP Bono regional organizer, and then Mr. Kwabena Opoin coming Bono regional chairman. Okay, I'll say after Mahama and the NDC have worsened the hardship of Ghanaians with over 14% utility tariffs, they have increased electricity tariff again by 2.5%. Were increased to kill the Ghanaians resetting, indeed. So Ghanaians should embrace themselves to see the true colors of NDC for more hardship, and by a Siedu Nketia logic on EC, then Afarijan was the most incompetent because he conducted 2012 election for 2 days, leading the election petition to end assembly election for 5 days, on and on and on and on. No so nedia or they ebaye and no. Last time before Meko me guest on one tenancy so and also I say good morning. Amo can be able Senate West District precisely ban Tama. Okay, so okay. I say NDC's anti-illegal mining initiative is timely. They should act swiftly on taxes and enforcement this year before public perception turns are like Ghanaians dead to the MPP. Okay, so another advice for the NDC. 31 minutes past the hour of 8. Yebedi nkomo. One was saying insurance to talk aircraft na ya kwan no aye poto. Medim say wutie na ye discussions on newspapers no ye di kan boso say ukoya kwan bebre na enkoyie. Even roads edi oyarefa ekonyina no ni na say ina roads ni na aibibie wo ho na mebeka say ebia yakomoto way ana yakoye highways no what is here say Kumase kwan no so nyina no aye basa today so wo fa ebri na so wo so wo kɔ ɛyɛ tafo ɛne suhum ne dia ka nyina na kɔfa ɛyɛ mampɔn ne sa area hɔ no mo a wo ho ɛbɛ haw wa wo hwɛ TV ne sesia no Kessben TV na Facebook Kessben TV on Facebook share the ekoso on the motorway crowd no for instance and in the yi cho sesia no share the ekoso e wa kwan no so sesia na mobo these things happen but aban no se meka se me kwa boso kan sesia kwa koto shocks a on to be mami o on bia me onya me hwe enso yesi etua road tax enso kwan no ye de makwa brane so onya oye wia no akoyusu niema ayi your friend is saying eniema ensem fata lose once near da ye adwuma no poto owi o say wa do the certificate aba wa ye adwuma na e kama endi beye 2 to 3 months na de aye nie oba eye me kwan so akatamanso eko eye your friend say do akatamanso kwan so wonom kohwe ye beye kwan no endi beye 2-3 months almost about 6 months kohwe de kwan na yesisi a kwan a wonam so a kire wudi beye 2 to your friend is saying hours answer what you mean main road there and same fata. I don't know why these things are happening, but paying for be din komo. Maybe say me what actually is the problem? Say ye kwanya she motorway into say me the speed the pan as me ba musi motorway. After the motorway na kwa ye inner roads ye kwa traffic ente say na why ye kwanya ente say now the amaye say ye nyusu ni ye mfanko. Ote bugbra you say links ebu bugbra so shocks I say bugbra you say your friend is saying hob gina I say basa but e be din komo na ya hwe omo ye kwan no ne muntie mi ye pa esa ne say eduro bi wo hwa ye de ye kwan ma ne ye pa de a enne me pesa me ti ase ye say no ne ye nyusu na say esesa aban wo hwe na wo tobi na wo yusu de a ebeboa ye pa de a yebeda ye nyankopon ase na yeso ye ho ato ye kakra na ye ho esane ye kakra ye ne rasi di nkomokra wote ye the whole of last year over 2,000 people and eja ye ho no moko wa hwe ina road bi sei wa hwe ekwan bi sei we ye de ma contractor we ni beba ho so no na ye de bibia gusu na eja ho ne ye ko na akwa bibia wo ho nom I mean when you watch these things happening now and I'll be saying one saying to man ye timu no I mean, yes, fata says yes, say ana. Esa fata. Now what to me roll cow? They be a washing me bed the honey ho. Wa she baby a kai na me. O she kai su wo form to tell kwe she obo one no boom bra. Ne san ko back to a friend is saying abuso kan ne kwa top pass. They be custom magazine. They be nam ha. I mean it's really not fair. Really not fair. But e be din komo. E be hesen na nema esi eko. Mpemfo atenase bele me hu di na me hu doctor pe na mani age esan say doctor de ade edi mu enti no so bi ye doctor de na say wakon school yie pa na chese no edi nkomo efa nema bi hu a ekoyie Jamba Solutions for atenase you know be di nkomo road bond hu nkomo de be di yie pa akwan hu nsem de esese ye di me sure say o atenase de on se no be fia no my solution. So ora Dr. Emmanuel Owusu ama a solution net e wo fie ha on the mark sampene operational manager ma a solutions in net e wo ya kwan so a de beke so pa e ben fo mi chiamo bibia bokode e
yeja nyame adom
e de radio ase dog mpacho Emmanuel Owusu me boa aha ya da ase ye di nkomo weekend no se bia bokode e ne de mehu ora Maakye de ni di nkomo em se fiada ni ntu no mi hu no but em de se mo ba betena se production akọ abonten akwa kotwitwa eye akwan ni bi a ye de ababeto honom a ye hwe kwan ye befa so e betumi asolve problems bi e te se. But first off, Dr. Emmanuel Owusu, I mean, no need common. I mean, bisa say, Jamba Solutions for Kramoye den na moye in the first place and see about issues in Ankasaso.
Medase. Jamba Solutions. A normal me nupe ene pa.
Okay.
A quine. And ye chrome hanso. If ye any dying ya in so fifa actually ya uhuna. Dampness any and so a drukro no etimi sovo problems sa no ye ka kwa no na ye ka dan ho nso asem sɛ be ya ye be yi sa problems na free ho no
so o ka dan na sɛ me nim de wo kan de asɛ de adan ni bi wo ho sɛ nsuo afro no na abastro na adondon aha oh okay and now what kind of
yeah no
okay
a draw chrono ya de ye ho adwuma
oh I see
enti no ye ka ekwa ho asem na ye ka so
ye ka no so ho asem okay ye sha se fi akwan no jamba say ye se ekwan anya ede na dien see ekwan nye papa ekwan ye show you for instance the ohun ye motorway kwan ya aye de wo hui any other feeder ones inner ones ye church we see kwan nya obi tie den tin na kwan nye e be ka say den tin den de kire say kwan nye
ekwan no a enye no mo amutie nyina ene say ekwan eso atutu na adekura sɛ obusa ho sɛ etutu ono ɛna odi kaka yɛ no ɛyɛ contractors no ɛbɛyɛ a deɛ ɔmo yɛ bia no ɔmo yɛ kɔ enti no yɛn yɛde bibi ɛbɛsɔ ano aba na adekura no yɛfrɛ no road bond na deɛ wɔm ne sɛ yɛyɛ ɛkwan ehu adwuma bɛyɛ miɛnsa ɛkwan a yɛde ɛmfa sɛ kotare afa so yɛdravo so da biara na so atutu yɛno yɛsu road bond no ɛyɛ ho adwuma yɛsu a ɛma bio na ɛma bio no sɛ contractor yɛsu no mɛbɔ ndin ɔde Joe Shop highways and Joe Shop and Jamba Solutions. Ekoye mankranso kwan. Ekosuya no. Aso nyina tutu. And so enokurani ye yusu ye yedro no eye kwan no. Number 1, obia akofa so a wo se ada na kwan eko akosi Tepa Junction. Aso ye kama. Na so free Tepa ekosunyane eye different. If you say Joe Shop you so side draw no and or the now one kotwe abo ane anwea amfiri baby ya who you so road bond no the ma anije wom no say ube you so de ewo a form ho no a ube tutu a form ho no a now the ye draw so e nsuo now the a good truck no watwe afa so na awiabo aba rampo so yebetumi ay ne ama wo kyena obetumi adravo on it
sanka ena ye ka say modwibo no so akwan no so e de eye mo edro no eguso o kyena na yebetumi ayuso
o kyena obetumi ayuso ena ensuo nso to a enye hwe ensuo ntimi fa so enwo hye nko ba bia ena drone so ofa say yina ye to petrol liter ofa drone no liter baako now they afra ensuo 200 liters of water ordinary water and all the adwuma no say be ye ofi a ube yusu 100 liters of water and all the air enti no umpewe na opede be bio enkakra now meka kwan ya di kotal eguso ana kwan a umpesa odi kotal eguso ana uniska odi kotal beguso sesi ya ya no wo ye wie na odi yedro no epete so na o compact ya ebetumi ada ho mfie num kosi mfie nson ansa na way maintenance ehia sa obebro ho ana enye ayi America ne US wo mu yusu China wo mu yusu bi Canada and certain parts of Europe wo mu yusu drone enchi enye enasem US kwan bebre omo yi omo yusu road no contractors wo US nyina ka ba omu ehwe 2018 omo say o pedro a obedi beye kwan me benya hodin no a uhia road mon contractors ni nyina age atum say road mon na uhia nti ayade e say yen yagetum say betim de ayakwan
okay
and the toso me ensa yen Ghana ha no ekwan bebre wo hono a utim say e clay say wo frasi kuma ekọ sunyo ayi wholesale a ekwan no me ya kama awiabo na aspande
me hu sa kwan
na chichichichi sa uhia road bond wo ya anya sa bio
we use road bond in the
yeah emma bio
oh okay
enti nemi ansa no na efiri hɔ no a opani ne yaba edan adenti na edan no esia na nsu afefa ho a ebi nso de emu ni akire
yeah
na nsu afefa ho a na fe wuhunu de obeye no ma werɛ no ma plaster no ma penti obeye sa mfie ba ko mfie mienu sa na samba yen ya yebi okumase ayebi won kran wo the road born no eye ya uni aho obenya hoto uni aso ebi abio mfie aduenu ba ko kosi aduenu num umfa nsakura nka ebio enti no eye no ma ye hwe na sa road born no eye no ma bebre swimming pool pillars bridges any na emaninya holding
okay
a chemically treated solution to our problems
okay
enti na opani de meka akosie no
wow enti ayi ekwan a ase ya wie no I check akra bon se na asinity as won say ahana tom na hana abam no sa ne ma ni na yusu oramak yusu road bond na eyeye nenti adan na mu yusu adan na mo ye hwe mo ye adwuma sabio obi be kan adwuma fun say na road bond wo
obi be ka say adwuma no base no na I was say o start
be mic na mame
base no was start and the base no be start a free form and the abaso to say we see die and then no say we see I start foundation before us crew down no esiso and you 15 ya but omu check base no first because acquire no say problems no be free base no if rasia no into use road bond and it pretty asiana and sana what the artifact na for so we nya problem ya say na we hold my car no say pepe
wow into the show TV so say CA construction na e cost one into e no mo dey go ho na I mean mo ye kwan ni say ya it mo ye estate kwan nyina inner roads na e wo estate
yeah inner roads ni nyina
okay
mo nya contractor o ye adwuma no na ye na kabom na ya kire no na de beka mana to so mo say nipa no ye chemical road bond no tell me here no Ghana ha no obeba waba ha be 4 times
okay
tell me here no obeba abekire say the engineers and site supervisors said they see so drone
about pray drone
say be ya ye gi edi say a drone no be there was say
okay
now there would 1 liter etim friends so 200 liters or more.
Just 1 liter.
1 liter, yes.
At the further match.
Yes.
Wow.
And you know, so about 19 gallons. 19 gallons.
19
okay.
19 liters
19
rather.
liters.
And pail ba could be we use water 3,800 liters of water.
Wow.
And now they are for a pail.
Wow.
Ayejuman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Abibia beko kama.
Bibia de kwa.
Magic ana.
Enya magic. Yenya approval from Ghana Highways Authority ministry no.
Okay.
Because and am no sunti no ma jo shop e use no man kranso no.
Okay.
O ma jatum. Nanso yɛbɛkɔ yɛ anim no ɛsɛ yɛn gyembafoɔ yɛtumi ma contractors no ɛte aseɛ sɛ woyusu wei a ɛbɛkɔ sei na ɔpani deɛ wɔ mu a ɛyɛ ne gyeɛ koraa no sɛ ɛkwan yɛ a yɛde cotal gu so wobusae ɛyɛ a ne mo nkyimɔnka bi na kɔnkɔn na yɛbisa deɛ ɔmode gu ɛso no woyusu road man a woyusu half pɛ woyusu half pɛ na ɛsɛvu sika ɛna ɔmo frɛ biribi nso binders no so woyusu road man a wohia binder ɛnhia sɛ woyusu binder ɛna ɛnhia sɛ wobɛyusu aboɔ contractor bi ne yɛne no dili memo ne din yɛne no dili osunwan kwa mu hɔ no ɛwɔ sɛ ɔde aboɔ na ɛyɛ yɛn de yɛ product no kyerɛ no ɛma highways ɛyɛ work no wɔ ho ɔmo sɛ ɔyusu a ebe save no 37.91% of the cost.
Wow.
Now, wante aseɛ aboɔ no ɔde yɛ kwa no ɔba efiri sunwan kwa mu ɔbɛfa no ɛboɔ ho ɛwɔ kumase ɛna ɔde akɔ ada na ɔbrɛ ho ɛna yɛ kwan yɛ wɔ tamale ne yendi nom ne salga hɔ nom aboɔ bi ani hɔ anwea no tutu firi kwa no ho no ɛna ɛsɛ ɔde road bomb street no ɛna solve problem na ma
now them
but we no yeah we ha 2017 road bomb 2017
okay.
Contractor back up in use Joe shop I was say yen ye try more money na agitum say ye use we a ebe ɛne nti yɛnti ase ne yɛde adwuma nti yɛbɔ no kakra
wohu sa na contractors ne yɛn ma yɛwɔ fie a yɛtie mu sɛ yɛpɛ ɛyɛ road bond wɔ ho ne bi atɔ sɛ nka mimi sɛ mepɛ bi atɔ sɛ mede bɛkɔ fie na makyerɛ me how a mɛyusu no na sɛ mesi ne bo sɛ hwan bɛbɛ ɔbɛyɛ ama me sɛ me so a yɛama me road contract si yɛ aban abɛyɛ ama kɔgye contract yi bɛkɔ akɔyɛ inner roads bi feeder roads bi sɛ mehwehwɛ mu a Jemba na mehu mu wɛn kwan bɛn so na mehu mu
Jemba your office on North Carnation
be Mike na me ya
your office on North Carnation
okay
around Lighthouse
okay
on your office your telephone number 0244 33 0219
that some will be
0244 33 0219 and 050 and their WhatsApp number
050
155 155 yeah 132
some will be
050 155
1555
132 that's the WhatsApp number
okay
nti say bia ope yenema ni bia say na last me ma videos ni o friend na person ohu a anema be di adanse ache betimi asend no video your brochures be betimi asend ni bia ma and na obusa question bi say ti say wo individual ope do ni bia edo no minia opa yentimi nton ma I was saying I ba near your technical experience for Eba.
Oh, okay.
By a pride year Jumanama.
Okay.
Because mixing as a mix it with the component no send also mixing on a problem no and work it. Into saying I baby was your measurement. Near the baby a Juman the mount.
Okay.
And before say about no say be shift you.
Okay.
You problems no hold the month. It be over inside.
Okay.
That means the boy inside means over outside.
Okay.
Into your body, you say, oh, we, I say, you start to have, you start to have.
Okay.
And before I be, you did be a Jumaso, I say, why old plastering, no? Ewa hono.
Okay.
Now you two blog na ankasa.
Okay.
And say na you the afra cement ni mortar.
Okay.
E dey age mama.
Okay.
And I say who sit down for front so a. Na say wasas no water rock mo be nso won nso be hawa. You the starting say initial mechanic basement no. And the best static foundation no, concrete no.
Okay.
It means all the bit me the trap blocks now.
Okay.
Now it would have to be 1 or 2 to 3 course.
Okay.
So now all the normal way not to us.
Okay.
More than 25 years, we have problem.
Wow. Wow. Sanfa number the 2 dwabio
0244
0244
33
33
02
02
19
19
0244
0244
33
33
02
02
19
19
and our WhatsApp number no see 050
050
1555
1555
139
139
132
132 sorry okay all right and I'll say location where for one
North Carnation
okay
on your office wall.
okay now more other office or baby for
There be
ankra haya
now friend baby I will be a
okay oh okay
contractors almost sit down near we here
okay
near no bekasa
all right
near question baby a project no one
okay
near one advice at
Jamba solution said that say dog you caught then I'd be try to cry the same mommy
the cry say your best amanfo na omaji atum say almost ye ekwan a omo use road bond omo pese omo dan so enya hoden a omo use road bond if you say road bond no baby enso wo bia eye adwuma ebroso baby enso wo bia na ya de omo so ase say anopai omachie
all right. All right, Dr. Emmanuel Owusu, Managing Director, Jamba Solutions in Afeso, Mac, Sam Penne, right? Operations Manager, Jamba Solutions. Yada must say, mobile any Drew Papa, Modia Bar, a bit me about my aquine, any fee, Yanoma Yesi Dynasty, and Mate, road bond, and the Hunia Safata, some Kokotobi, now Mode Aye Chumano. You better must be brave, sir. Mobile and mobile 53 minutes past the hour of 8. Yum herbal lotion, some can show, say, wow, arthritis, migraine, and I feel so fractured bone. Also, I said you stroke. I yell and I feel so a yaw pano if you arthritis mobile. What I need the iron, the ana baby nano, a joint pains, and I feel so muscle pains in Inano. Yum herbal lotion. Some can show say, they drew papa by a friend. Yum herbal lotion. Yum herbal lotion. Yum herbal lotion. A boy ye pa, I bet me a boy. Emma wo fractured bone. I would have hospital about Sebi Muya, we are no. What if a fast way bet me a bow? So and arthritis, migraine, mamma migraine, mutiamu ya pano. Fafa eye uti mama so bibia betumi akoyie amao o pe yom herbal lotion ni bi atopa dia 0244 730 295 and our face 0302 945 146 0302 945 146 and no a yom herbal lotion on sa ebe can be best brain publication say books in aba and into no here be my primary here be my KG maybe here ba and nursery and I face to JHS and ne crèche muina modiano aba literacy activities for crèche JHS mathematics swaba and I face so JHS career technology 7 8 and 9 combined nina aba sasona primary mathematics for basic 1 and 6 nina so aba it is a upebia topa dia ko best brain publications na kotobi ma obano na unsua the religious and moral for basic 1 and 6 nina aba equipping for basic 1 and 6 nina ewo honom 050 7200 200 050 7200 200 and also says 0241 520 946 0241 520 946 o from one onsa ebe ka omo na oni omo edi enkomo ye na yahwe se ne niam esi eko yentwa ni na fe yenko politics ni yenhwe the MPP omo na omasem da paso ye nyina yetwetwe bi wi ni yehwe kwan ebe force betimi aboa ama the election of the flag bearer LDD friend is saying party na nim no etumi akoyie still na no atwetan almost say July die meeting no ebekoso but answer na ebekoso no ntoato na adwen ntoato na na ye jeje se na be beboa ama the MPP tradition and afi so the MPP no niema betumi akoyie Razak Kojo Preko founder emma founder right UP tradition on the MPP yenhwe na ye no ending common yenhwe kwan befa so a ye betumi aboa sisia no niema etisen sen na ekọ the ending common Razak good morning bibia bokọ there hello Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Razak. Bibi aboko.
Nyami adumona answer.
Erade adom kakra egu so. You heard the erade be.
Nyami
Amen. 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 Razak, ending common fire the MPP and then the issues that are really arising from or more enyema ekoso sisiano. Yatete from other paying for her, Dr. Takanedi, for instance, keeps saying, say, the idea they feel, say, as I say, omo eboa nanka ye grassroots in the ansa na ya basro na ya bedisa ankomono. Waka, I've heard other paying for so edi hu enkomo ye. Recently, omo the letter ebae with other matters concerning candidates in Nambra, no Montana say, the effort to see discipline in the party. And no home common ye baby dinema discipline in the party and then I face on the flag bearership positioning and all that. Razak, because now you're doing something for a Dr. Brandy Champo, campaign team no we're going to talk to you from that angle, especially first with the candidature and the top bottom approaching issues, Menem say in common course we are fine. Do you guys still believe say Yanto Srona to form?
Medasi, me chia Kessben, a chief for the Ashafudina. And I think a decision National Council of the party are taking.
Okay.
And National Council take a decision per our constitution. That's the second highest decision making body of the party. So Namaya Doma on the 19th of July, the Belco National Delegates Conference. Delegates, which is the highest decision-making body of the party, are making a final decision as to whether decision at National Council take here. Ebehudi and answer in their wisdom, they will feel no, we should go back to the old way. Election starting from the polling station, electoral area coordinators, constituency, regional, national, eventually the presidential, followed by the parliamentary. The National Delegates Conference on the 19th.
Okay.
Whatever decision be taken as key contestants as far as the presidential election is concerned, we are ready for it. But I think personally, overwhelmingly and in a very humiliating manner now. It's better you be put the foundation right, you better get this thing right. Now you better start it from the polling station. Come to electoral areas, constituency, regional, national. That solid foundation, the roof also with the flag bearer and subsequently with the parliamentary candidates. Because the MPP constitution and even the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, it stated clearly said political parties are supposed to sponsor candidates for elections. And candidates are presidential and parliamentary elections. Tiakoba a party are sponsor the presidential and the parliamentary candidates. Also, put your structure in place by giving a very strong foundational structure to the party. Now, say flag bearer I don't know the best practices and a major blueprint. Those who take that decision and they were looking at because your main competitor and the NDC now share and job with the year in 2016. Oman can say Omo could choose flag bearer before they were elect their executives. To me, impossible. And Oceanswa executives here I come from polling station to national. Sebi, Oma fa big to Papa Biamre. Tomorrow, Momo fa big to Papa Biamre. And then Moko decided say you should the same about to elect our candidate for the 2028 elections. Which interests are they seeking to protect?
Okay.
Is it a case of I scratch your back, you scratch my back? Because Aboma, you did choose to be a candidate and included the national setup. Most of the example you see the same or in a classroom. But like I said, your core national delegates conference, Mofi said, in their wisdom, we should try something new. You will go and experiment it, and maybe the outcome of the 2028 elections, it be decided whether say we make the right decision or we make the wrong decision.
Okay, all right. Matthias Yepa, but any common for discipline in the party, something that the party is eager to work it out. For nyama bibre koso, you sure say what it abronye issues here kokosui and directives are if the party headquarters in the general secretary kra atro hon krata and all that. Discipline with the MPP. What do you want to say?
Discipline within the MPP. On the party, no more coalition Google bar. There will be so many issues that are arising, and sometimes the national leadership will be because some people might think they did not conduct themselves properly. It making it difficult to shape everybody in line. Because right from 2023, the co-elections now, there was so much indiscipline, so many directives were issued, and none of the directives were followed. They issued a directive, no member of parliament, no government appointee should declare for any particular candidate A, B, or C. They flouted that law. And there have been, even when we were having the power, there was highest level of indiscipline, whereby the national leadership were not able to curtail it. And I could lose the election. Now we're quite in opposition. The discipline will be on the highest level, but I think we need to demonstrate a renewed character, a change attitude, so that Ghanaians maybe won't say a new patriotic party, a serious party, and a government waiting in opposition. And all of us is a collected effort, it's a concerted effort. Because Sebi, any other power will be trapped by the movie our party to create an impression. This is a window. Movie change, movie internet, we a hero. It doesn't make sense. It's just foolishness. Because at the end of the day, even if your candidate eventually win the flag, you need all the other contestants, all the other leaders with their followers to come on board to support even your choice. The then are all try to undermine the personality, undermine other key competitors or contestants, other leaders within the party, just to, as a way of creating a political advantage for your aspirant. It doesn't make sense. Because here will be by a bar. And to be other good animation, several platforms now play back the panel old videos and old tapes here and there. Now the other people decide to retaliate and also play back the old videos and tapes of your aspirant. And they one year said the best say one group point to be none of the aspirants will be credible enough to present for national elections. 2 years JBA na warding one poetry and I see look at your kind was this school a paper Jimmy who school in area Bompire said Yankopema if you answer. And if you answer are the bed or the better key decisions are the belly bravo. And I think everybody matters in the party, and it's a democratic process that all of us are engaging. And leading the party is not a birthright of anybody. And per our history, no one has been allowed to go unopposed. Everyone has been subjected to contest. We say one modern, I'm a party, one contributing, I'm a party, Eso Busa who say who contribution as so chair Professor Dubois. And through the baby, but or call back open. You are subjecting to contest. You are subjecting to contest. Emani yeden elusie ma President Kofo ebede flag. Also about whom they what contribute to what you say, who are rich ideas, who are whatever ideas. And so Chair President Kofo. President Kofo called he was subjected to contest in 1998 for 2000 election. Nana Akufo-Addo, Akufo-Addo was the chairman of the organizing committee of the party, subsequently becoming a campaign lead for Professor Dubois. Many sure say contemporary Ubia ye kase the loyalty, the love and affection to the growth of the new patriotic party and serious investment into the party in terms of resource intellectually and in terms of everything. None of the candidates are now who put yourself to lead the party. Ubia no bit my compare himself to Nana Dankwah Akufo-Addo. No one, none of them. But Akufo-Addo, was he allowed to go unopposed? 2007, how many people contested him? 16 plus. Or election cry now. First round, second round, third round, I will lose you here with a vote differential of around 40,000. 2010, he was subjected to contest. Or 2012 election petition case, 5-4 ruling majority.
Yeah.
2014, you can say Hong Kong unopposed. He was subjected to another contest.
Okay.
The party, a party of democracy, and not just the party, no. Now all the elections are automatically everybody should be in line for you for the subsequent elections.
Okay.
That is alien to the tradition of the New Patriotic Party.
Now, since
none of our forebearers has been allowed to go unopposed. So why must you create an impression, say, Obi be contest, the one is an enemy to the party, is a disloyal to the party. Now one can won't take the tradition and the history of the New Patriotic Party. Okay. Let's respect everyone.
All right.
All the people contesting, it is their democratic right. It also helps to energize and galvanize the base of the party.
Okay. All right. Dr. Razak, quick one. Answer na beko kra no. Ati say Dr. Brian Champon camp. Then eko muguso.
Muguso pa camp in a submarine tactics.
Amo dey near submarine.
Amount for that will get a shock of their life when the election is held. We are working seriously behind the scenes, seriously on the ground.
Okay.
We are using a lot of grassroots campaign strategies. So we are very certain that Nameya Doma, when I said National Delegates Conference, about May 31st January 2026, or there will be some adjustment to push the election to maybe much far away from the January IB. But go back to the old structure and so I think that we do very well, and by the grace of God, continuously touch the hearts and minds of the delegates now. My candidate, Dr. Brian Champon, will eventually emerge as a winner. And he's coming from the two strongholds of the party, Ashanti and Eastern region.
Okay.
And also being a business person, Osha MPP, a constituency now, we were largely supported by the business community.
Okay.
But prior to 2024 elections, because we failed to manage the indicators of the economy, inflation on the high, exchange rate was very poorly managed, and several other factors. Maakye lose the trust and confidence of the business community. And most of them decided not to vote. Those who decided to vote also vote against us. So we need a candidate that will be able to bring back the love from the business community, get the confidence and trust in the business community. And you need to present one of their own to send a clear message to them, say, this time around, we will do things better with a new hope, new ideas, and a better way of doing things as a political party and as a government.
All right. Dr. Razak Kojo Preko, that's it. Say only yen edin komo Kessben matches so.
All
right. Dr. Razak Kojo Preko no 18 common 11 minutes past the hour of 9. And Sana Ziga Beba no Sadiq Herbal Center some can show so flex on 600 herbal mixture. Wow, and mama society to na muntumi anti no stiffness. It your joint na face so treaty sexual weaknesses and no flex on 600 herbal mixture. Ebe wow, amasadi ami boss ina yare ami boss ina no ebe to me ashe ni na amount. Most of more pals and I feel so musisimu constipation me pacho ye elephant herbal mixture. The elephant herbal mixture and no betimi aboa e masa or yaw na wote e wo sisimu no and I feel so constipation no elephant herbal mixture no betimi aboa ma bibie to me akoyie. Sadiq herbal powder and also eboa ma cocoa pals no Sadiq herbal powder ebo honum ema mo betimi ajusu. Elephant ointment and also eboa ema backbone rheumatism na face swollen legs ni nyina no etumi ekọ wo de ointment ne faswa wo body pains ni nyina no ebe yira kra. Mamo pedudo to no monko eye Okanshi drug lane, KPD enterprise, Kings Walk herbal, Rupash herbal, Tenatet herbal, Helus herbal, and I so kwatema so a Little George pharmacy, a Shaman Ekus pharmacy, in Koko a Hillside pharmacy. Kumase a Kolinak herbal, Misty herbal, Apidank herbal, and I so Freddie Men's co Mama Becky, a honina unsa ebeka a Sadiq herbal center for drum bobo sui a manwi. So show man can say chili quine padia, omo Murray Junction, omo Ben to boot no. Omo number no 0244 1535 11 0244 1535 11 and also says 055 799 7797. I know Sadiq herbal center. Me catch you say and sorry and anka watari and ka de coach pam and opama wa and can be betumi akoyi amount. Once na what you want to me MP weekend and to me ankoyi amount. Where they ne church activities in a to me anko. Che pam some can show say or home oba obepem pam ontare ne nyina amount. Say your office wedding parties, church, funerals, and face any other occasion biano bra che pam ho na onhwe no to me empam ontare ne nyina amount. Or ye tell la papa or where awoshi market or honum and awonsa ebekano 020 683 7738 020 683 freche pam na osi che pam your custom tailoring and no and I made emma wono na face immune booster pa die imboost herbal mixture imboost herbal mixture and no and a bow etumi ema uwidie mu ene blood na etumi ejina na etumi kon syphilis gonorrhea pressure ulcer stroke waist pains and face fatigue malaria na face liver and kidney problems nyina no wunya imboost herbal mixture na no numbia build immune booster no etumi building ye ema pa mo amwo oti region wa Bolga Tamale Okanshi drug lane Oko honoma ubenya imboost herbal mixture ni bebre ubenya ewo pharmacy bia so ben wo mo boku no me pacho muntie munko Calamed pharmacy ewo low cost kwan no so honoma unsa ebeka bi so from na opedudu atu now to say open direction papa dia afre imboost herbal mixture for 0246 208496 0246 208496 obetumi afre Ziga, are you ready? Jacus, or Dufi in Sawam and Ebo say, it seems like how tight this MPP flag bearer race has become will urge all the candidates to use a clean language because it seems like we have so many camps in the party who are working hard for their candidates to win. I know for sure at the end, candidate Japan will be crowned the winner, inshallah. And no if he jaguso and ode ebaye. And that takes me to the man himself, Ziga Festus Etihanum. Festus ibiabu ko de.
Ya bia do maraka boss. Yeah, so
Obende.
yeah, kasi yes, obi atimi do obi abibia. Abra obi adu obi abibia.
Now what you bia ko ye weekend no ko fine.
Yes, nyame adomarakwa. Normal ko ye pa. Yes, just that I took my time to watch brief live coverage.
Okay.
Na enya palatable.
Yeah.
Very serious.
Yeah.
And this time around, no, you can see the Togo for many abre. You get me? Now, Maminka will find Ghana for.
Okay.
Kasim Kitwebe Ghana for. Best about 5 minutes. You see, already Genesis 9, 20, 27. Or narrative story be all. Noah, after the flood, planted the vineyard. He got drunk. And okwada deja. Tinu okwada deja. It was that deja the baby a friend Ham. And an Baham no kuhu ne papa deja. And was selling ne papa. It's like udine papa who fell. Calling people to come and watch his father's nakedness. Then ne baba akwe friend Jephthah and a bako de Shem. One fan toma. And we call backwards towards where Papa no reverse towards where Papa no and we call giant to money do good so. So when the man woke up, I would say the akoso Ham and the Papa who fell. Eti babia se Papa no will be punishment to be a nese kodema Ham meboa. But according to the Bible, no say he bypassed Ham. Ena o kese Ham. Neba aye feno ayi Canaan. I didn't think one case Ham because ukai Genesis the same story made us to understand say was see God blessed Noah and his children. God blessed Noah and his children. He blessed Noah and his children through Noah. And you cannot curse what God has blessed through you. So he bypassed Ham and cursed Canaan. Canaan, Neba, and Sunni Cush. Cush is a black man. So it is believed that Ubioya black man comes from the, you heard they say, the tribe of Cush. Now listen. We read Genesis 3:17. When Adam and Eve sinned, when God wanted to punish them, God did not curse Adam and Eve, but he cursed the land. What has the land did? He cursed the land. He did not curse Adam and Eve. Why? Because in Genesis 1:28, was say God bless Adam and Eve. One thing God cannot do. When God blesses you, he doesn't curse you again. Or curse you and bless you. He can take out the curse and bless you. But when he blesses you, he cannot curse you. So God did not curse Adam and Eve, but he cursed the land because he had already blessed them. Enutina, nipa bia so akora tieniye. So nipa bia wo akora. The first day obehu oba no, the first thing you have to do is to bless the child. Okay, can share some the good so o bless akora no a ebia na dachi akora ni nyini. Oh, na wonyini ko adolescent age. Na bia was starting act weird. Kire wade bia wompe. Na bia out of frustration, anger. No akwaka asem bi de ato no so. Na akoye no me de ama no. It because of somebody ka blessing it no. Wo katia no a enya yie. Eti obi aba wo babia no first day ese say o bless a child. Hwe me ka asem we de a che Ghana fo. Yes, you Togo no. I'm not praying. I'm praying say a two betcha. But Ghana for nyameni ye din ye. Nyamene Ghana din ye pa. Et mumia so de Ghana nyame de adom ye no. Mumia so mu ye. Hwe. Enkraba say ye tu Kwame Nkrumah ewo Hanoi. Na enkraba say ye su ye tu no. Uridi Professor Akila Pasoya, ni book, ni narration. We read Archbishop Duncan Williams, also the narration. Next say we read other Nkrumah history. The words I came from Dr. Nkrumah and say, Ghana is finished. Ghana, my beloved country, is finished. Ghana will encounter war. Ghana will have a leadership problem. Ghana is finished. Ghana is finished. Ghana is finished. There will be war in Ghana. Frustration, political instability in Ghana. He was cursing Ghana. Hanoi. Do you know the reason why? Because he was the same person when Ghana was born. In the CPP rally, our Independence Square, he stood and spoke to the whole Ghana and make a proclamation. He said, Ghana, my beloved country, your beloved country is free forever. That was is a blessing out of Ghana, and nobody can stop it. A great Ghana was sharing now apart from yay. Hey, it's a plus. And I'm me bomb pay enemy soon. Shall we see Burkina Faso? From Thomas Sankara time to Blaise Compaoré. You can't Sankara, there was a pure political instability. People were not able to come out. So Blaise Compaoré tell me the situation now to say, you better now and you try to swab. Shall no mercy Burkina Faso for the last 10 years. Up to now, people were running, even travel time. People are running from Burkina Faso to Ghana to seek for refuge. Togo, this is not first time. Naseme, yadema wuyano, yadi Naseme tusu. The same thing happened. When Naseme had 10 years, the same thing happened. People died in Togo. Today, as that happened. 2002, there was a civil war. Robert Gaine, and your friend say, Kona Bedie, war in Cote d'Ivoire. About 10 years later, we had Alassane Ouattara and Laurent Gbagbo. In Cote d'Ivoire. Woman in there, but Ghana, you know, be your power drunk. Even President Rawlings that had the 19 years, in 2000 and 2000 elections, when the NDC people did the research on who saw lose election, they approached President Rawlings and said they have to amend the constitution for him to continue for 3 years. This was coming from the book of Professor Kwame Nkrumah, working with Rawlings. Or say, succession plan. No NDC needs succession plan. So they realized that NDC will lose the election without Rawlings. So they wanted to take the Article 66 to court, Supreme Court, to seek for interpretation. Say, what does it mean? So that they can use Rosemary Ekwam type judgment. Nanka Rawlings are twice for 30. But Rawlings told them that, look, I promised Queen Elizabeth when he came to Ghana in 1999, say, me breswa, me step down. I promised your friend say, Bill Clinton when he came to Ghana in 1997, say, me breswa, me step down. I have promised Otunfo say to the second. Satan Otunfo by and when 1 year, say, me breswa, me step down. So I wouldn't do that. Imagine, say, we Cote d'Ivoire and I say other country. Rawlings need to be celebrated. I'm telling you. Ghana. When I watch the video and the end of that, I'm telling you, because they try we said they be a make us out of the channel. Say try we now yes so it is inspiring and motivating the African youth. And if you are that you know, or be sorry so people will hear it. The youth now are watching Trawi, so they think that you are power drag. Go now what video not so. Baby at Togo Lobinio. What that's what that's. Lomi. Sabe. Aye. Lobini. No asphalt. What that's what that's. City. Capital near. What that's what that's. Adebayo investment money now Ghana and Lomi and in Nigeria. A branch of Bonum of Germany. You found a botia. You went to Ezra. When the papa na sembe papa the man called Ezra. Abotia, the investment it's not Togo. Togolese are investing in this country because there will be a way. Mommy found tea hopeful. Now your democracy never ratted the Adomiano. Yen Shamu Kenani and some ye. Never ratting ye dead in ye. No crack criminal. Boss. I brought you this.
Yeah.
Just say, I'm short of words and adjectives. Eti new Patriotic Party. A dear pana branch where they are so muhim. A dear pana a butu abronya this n'animu a omutimi calling it to order. Ah? Adia chairman wuntumi ye bia. Edi NPP co-opposition. Today, the man has reformed. When we say, seven previous attempted ah, any kasatuti anya ne kura and to vote and for vote ma bia. Ade no mo trauma abroad DC. Ah, edite panifo atam, minti pita, me hu ni pani sem da. Professor Maakye kwe. Ne report na buy. Leaks abani na no. Yesi arrogance ka ho meboa. Ya tese yesi bad governance e ka ho meboa. Enkofo na enko campaign meboa. Complacency ka ho meboa. What we do baby yesi insult ka ho. Insulting ka ho. Na na de na NPP. Afedi obi awo opposition. Opposition said de aka wo ya ade bi ma ohun ya akono na enkofo atowu. Na opposition fa atemdidie e na kope power. Woman ya brantia and kasa baby or kone hot. Ubetimia can send you na fatao. Archbishop Dankwah Williams, we a human being, we a Ghanaian. You have every right to criticize Archbishop Dankwah Williams. Constructively, not destructively. You have no guts to insult Archbishop Dankwah Williams. Sure? Even a cry entertainment I am. Obi ono so person otonyo and I say, or person a writer, or person a painter, or person a filmmaker, whatever. What started as a dream artist? So the boss, you start as a dream artist because who person that person no about demo artist. I record you dream no a person bem it work demo. No be recording artist, just a master. Now recording a be a star. If star no be superstar. No be a mega star, and not the last. But there are some people they are more than mega star. Ebini Michael Jackson. Some of them are religion. Ebini Daddy Lumba. They are religion. They are more than mega star. Sana Archbishop Dankwah Williams there. Archbishop Dankwah Williams. Why your religion? If you don't know. Wokutamanta. Mena me catchro. You are telling Archbishop Dankwah Williams to say, who is Dankwah Williams? Hey! Wobia, Wojina Potter's house, over 12,000 people will preach the church. Wobia solo, ni solo, your friend say prayer. And a man Ghana discover oil. 1997. The video is all over. When you did President Ronnie's Esisuno. Remember that prayer? Wasn't let Ghana discover oil? And send a President Kufo Babati, a grouper, Pastor Menson Tabimuni Nabeka Wami Asa Bompire, Ashamukina. Will be a water software about 300. What didn't say go swallow denu as a pastor? Ah? Will be a see churches. Abba over 2,000 branches worldwide. Obi a Donald Trump, the powerful country in the world, president. You didn't see a kunyaso on your friends on Kobompire. You are uti sunai. Tell you, uti sunai say. Say, make us make this sunya for who. But I'm saying that who what to say. Bono NPP a chairman. What's the Archbishop Dankwah Williams? Who is Archbishop Dankwah Williams? NPP former to Omoheno. Ah? Akwaya Kasamoheno. The DNT officer Archbishop Dankwah Williams. A bambia about one neighbor. President Rollins Nadi Ladenoa or the Action Chapel. I wonder the man. But President Kufuor by no one neighbor. Meboa. Who call prayer cathedral. And son why you say no? It's your kakrakano. And your President Kufuor, okwa plug no ho. Yatro donated and commissioned by President J. Kufuor. Archbishop ko President Kufuor fie ko bompa man de bia. Enye na no shase ye. General Kutu a champion mu time na no ye. Rollins time no ye. Atame se buy no ne corner krana. President Mills the same thing. Nana to Dankwah Kufuor do buy was say Nicholas. Listen to the West. Was Nicholas J. Cathedral no media shamonsa. You are tell Ada na misa who say Ada na baby or bebe piano when Archbishop Dankwah Williams the shibom. He's a religion. You cannot bypass him and do anything. Men am catch them. Send your delay them. Ekasetia President Kufuor ekasetia. Na NDC phone na everyday who say adia delay them ayano enya de papa. to me issue statement no omo apologize on behalf of the leader no me say NPP for the same thing no mo call it abroad DC to order atem the dia power power ya de kwasi akonya so ya kan yes chairman de ka chairman for de akabia 50 plus to 60 sankofo no ene mo ya chairman ene nyame ado fi you to organize aba ya chairman wo be ya chairman ni city say na ade ama NPP o ye fere say ay bunu city say no mkuta ene city dodo say no malusu eno na so hwe ho asam ka you strategize Archbishop Dankwah Williams say gay asam na aba no won ka bia so office of Qatar President Mohammed Chia yade ma ho nya kono no omra you can criticize him but you cannot insult him. Okay, that is wrong. I'm expecting NPP from penny phone in our bonting. No more back condemn Sadi because so called Action Chapel and Archbishop Dankwah Williams, the branches in there. It is not only NPP NDC from Kwana sorry. You were NPP from Kwana sorry. Jama Kwabna Boati. Many never sorry. Oh, Action Chapel. Your probably a minute didn't come. Honorable Chairman Sabus, about the Bia. I could tell Sebu, no about the Bia. Emi shot on them. You need NPP for the brebe. Me lecturers more than NPP for. NPP for Nkwa. Eye den na wotimi didi sabi. Penini say Ghana penini say wotimi didi na tam sabi previous.
Very unfortunate.
It's quite unfortunate.
Very, very unfortunate.
Yes, say omo issue statement to apologize to the man.
Yeah.
That's what we can say. And yes, I better also.
But that's it. Ziga, and yet in Kano 9:33 is the time. I can hit patch some country say no pain in 2025 and beyond. I didn't hear it's an say I can hit patch no more dia banidie. E kum pains pa. Mamo menstrual cramps. Mamo at the hot bottle water at to mo muscles so nyina no. Munyai na munyusu can hit patch no. Arthritis munyina no ko ema munyina. Enti mo muscle pains. And then musisi ya moyana mo mutine just say baby bia ye bia no you so ya can hit patch na e betumi abo ye pa no pain in 2025 and beyond and no and a can hit patch for no SMA control na wo to eye can hit patch na say o wire what tipe obohu say eye white label be etare so wire no na san wire bi o kwakoto ade brown tuntum brown bi say brownish deep brownish and no any adro no adro na nkasa na fatare baby ya wo ya no what the tare hwa me nada o pain ni nyina no bohu se na o show bi kom na ewura wuntini ni mutum say yes ye adwuma yie pa o wa kra obenya bi e Origin Chemist, Art Pharmacy, DM Spear, Sub Health o kumase so ye Dani Pharma, Alpha Duo, Panacea Pharmacy o ko Frodia so ye Gapson Pharmacy, Eastern Chemist and after so Tamale Malarigo Pharmacy, Takrade Ebuakwa Pharmacy, Knock Chemist Wonsa Ebeka Hunka hit patch ni bi ewo honom. Most of us are regional distributors no. Monfre 0599 802297 0248 509003 and now says 0536 645 334 and no Hunka hit patch. Eclipse collateral management some can show say collateral ho adwuma nko a na omo ye collateral adwuma so de sefata say wa ohia besia me no ka say wo che dem wa che wo dwendwene wo pebewa benya collateral kra de aye adwuma kra no ayeden okakobo besia na da koye adwuma kra no anya profit onsa kochi akra na ayeden ama pa muso amowo eye mo properties mo de to ho no mo kan krata no entumi wo hwe ma mo no Eclipse collateral management some can show say fan krata ne bra na ye ndi nkomo na yen hwe kwan be for say betumi di san krata na ye adwuma na so anya kakra podwe na wo hu say yes on krata no ye bibi ma you are rest assured that says on krata na nya de be fi wonsa de biara da na mom no wo ene be wo ama na so tumi di bi apodwe na enkoda adaka mu sa akeke enu nti no say mo amope collateral mo ye mo pensa ho land document amo wo nyina no mo famra na yen hwe na yentumi fa nya adwuma emma mo na obi so ohia collateral no ono so yetumi aboa no o hwehwe eye Eclipse collateral management omo ewo ye Adenta barrier near Medimosis Hospital honum ena omo wo omo san wo anase West African SHS wo no ho pair honum ena sabeka Eclipse collateral management unsa ebeka omo wo honum 054 383 2466 054 383 2466 unsa ebeka omo na bibia ohia bia no efa collateral ho bia no onsa ebetumi aka omo no omayama kwekwasi edu Herbal and Prayer Center for some men control say a draw de ye wedro a draw so de a draw and a bibidro so ye bibidro pa and no omo wo eye bibidro mienu omo de abadwa so GDA and afesu nkunimdie eye mixture na nkunimdie mixture na afesu GDA mixture no tie GDA herbal mixture no o say ye nie eye natural herb pa aye cool body pains etimi boa ema sebi treat malaria fever headache typhoid and afesu joint pains and no eye GDA herbal mixture ono mo a de tumi ye and amaka che ono typhoid joint pains headache fever malaria de oboa ebetu na sekra na nkunimdie herbal mixture no so mano mo amowo eye menstrual irregularities menstrual cramps most amowo eye stomach pain ulcer mo nyina no nkunimdie herbal mixture no eboa ema bibia etumi edadin emamo GDA and afesu nkunimdie herbal mixture obenya bi ewo ye Widam Pharmacy Ashaman Ekus Pharmacy Ashaman Repass Venture wokanshi and a Hallow Herbal no so wokanshi Angel Herbal wokanshi Kings Walk Herbal wokanshi na afesu Madina Suhum eye Tonike Herbal Kaswa eye House of Drugs and afesu JB Pharmacy and afesu pharmacy shops bia eye herbal shop bia so ebe nationwide amam no nyina no onsa ebetumi aka GDA and afesu nkunimdie herbal mixture onsa ebeka bi from where it was 055 863 9865 055 863 9865 eno eye kwakwasi edu herbal Herbal and Prayer Center ehwasem na make sure no the krakra no eyo Batampa Prostate Center enti ye memma na ye di 40 years and above esese ye kwahwehwe ye prostate no ne ye se ekoyie anaso so enkoyie sasa bi ojonso na enkoyie na afi e delay ojonso no e delay difficulty se bi obetumi ajonso kra no eno ne nyina no esese wokọ eye Batampa Prostate Center wokọ hono mo a ometumi ahwa ma omo eye Kaswa Fifi Prat last stop honum and no from it was 05538 00678 05538 00678 and no Batampa Prostate Center woko honum a obetumi show prostate na bibia etumi akoye ansana meko crowd on Facebook no ma making kind messages na wo honum now Stephen appear on Facebook cause Ziga, is that you? People insulted our ex-president. You find no fault of it. Is that you, Ziga? Stephen, the same in Bissau. Is that you? Okay. Frank, Trinity said, did Abronya speak on behalf of the MPP agenda? What that's now agenda? Or say, no, the MPP and the catcher is Uncle Kana, but refuse saw a party chairman. Okay, Paul, I say, good morning. Are you cool? NDC is the future of Ghanaians, for Ghanaians. MPP never regain. And no, if he Facebook and a buyer, it's almost almost dear, almost at the buyer, no more had no, Makenkai, Nina, Bibrina, at the Amamo, ain't you know, yeah, send a bit to me. I call and a year time, you know, or say congratulations to Ibrahim Otu, a Japan, a Duchum, so we OBC, you know, Ibrahim Otu, oh papa, and no mame. And the entire family say, men can show say congratulations. Say what to me every BC. Dr. Kwame Educhum, oh papa, and no, on it, mammy, say men can show nebusiani na say omo emma congratulations. So what to me every BC.
Nanso, what the man come about the boni papa and the pahon, will be a dan and uncle. Yes, you and so and the ratio. Obia woni duma odidi bo a o man wo ko na ni ko si na fo wa yu ku ni chechere ne ma bia na ni ko so ni ja obreti ni ku kodu fo eja wo mu anku ni maba aguna na na wiri kwa ba akasa no makasa french wo bia na no a wo bo ajo asana na